Alright, hey everyone, Noah Walker here, back with my video series Accumulated Knowledge for Team Cardhoarder. So, just finished some matches against Chris Anderson, and they were close. We won most of them. I just think this deck is just like really strong. So we were playing against Chris, playing the blue-red Delver deck, of course, and just like the way that we won was surprising to me every time. Like, I feel like the matchup is just supposed to be worse. Like, the Cabal Therapy from the board definitely helped, the fourth one. But even just, like, the main deck, like, I feel, like, favored against the Delver decks with it, and I felt like, you know, that's not how I'd feel. Like, it's definitely different when you're playing against Grixis Delver, of all the Delver decks, because it has Pressure, it has the discard spells, and it has Counter Magic. But when they only have, like, two of those, like, when they only have discard spells or Counter Magic, you can probably win. When they only have Pressure and discard spells, you can probably win. When they only have Pressure and Counter Magic, you can probably win. So, like, it just seems like if you're playing against a Delver deck and they're not playing Grixis, or, like, even if they are playing Grixis, I just feel super favored with this deck. Like, I just think this deck is crazy powerful. Like, the only games that felt kind of close were when, I mean, we lost one match to Pyrostatic Pillar, because that card's not very beatable. I guess in hindsight, like, knowing that he'd have a card like Pyrostatic Pillar, maybe I'm supposed to hedge and bring in a couple of Abrupt Decays, but I just think it's generally pretty dead in the matchup, so I decided to leave it in the board. But, like, he had some number of Pyrostatic Pillars and some number of Null Rods, and Abrupt Decay is great against both those cards. But, like, ideally, we'll just be able to get one with the discard spell before, you know, he has it or whatever. So, but yeah, this deck is great, super consistent. Just, like, killed on turn 3 or 4 every single game, even through counterspells. Like, we'd play a Therapy, a Duress, and still go on turn 4, like, every time. So, I don't know, man. Deck is hot fire. I think, like, sideboarding with it is generally pretty easy too, because you just don't want to bring in very many cards in very many matchups. So when you do, it's like, okay, I can shave like some number of my Ponders or some number of my Preordains or something. You know, sometimes discard spells aren't the best, so you can shave those, and you just bring in, you know, whatever would be good in that matchup. Like, when you want to go faster, you bring in the Chrome Moxes. When you want to have answers to their Chalices, you bring in Abrupt Decays. When you want to go, like, more wide, you bring in more Tendrils and stuff. So, I don't know. Deck seems super duper sweet, though. Like, yeah, like, as I said in the videos, like, I would, if I wasn't so comfortable and confident in my play with Grixis Delver, I would 100% try this deck out for a tournament. Like, I think it's very difficult to play, especially against those blue decks when you don't know exactly what they have, and you have to, like, take the chance and just go off, but it's a very consistent combo deck. Like, it's much different than playing a combo deck like Belcher, say, because, like, you're just like, alright, play all my cards, you force will, I'm dead. This deck is like, alright, wait a little bit longer, play a couple discard spells before I play all my cards. Even if you have a Force of Will, then I probably can still win. Like, they have to have multiple Force of Wills, and, like, they can't even have Force of Will days sometimes, because you can easily play around to days with the extra mana from Lotus Petal and stuff, and, like, the rituals and stuff. So they have to have multiple Force of Wills, which is bad against Cabal Therapy, but good against something like Duress. So, like, yeah, it just feels like they have to have such good draws to beat you, really. So, yeah, I'm really starting to dig this deck. Gonna be fun to play it for the next couple of weeks also. So, yeah, I just want to thank everyone again for tuning in. If you got this far, congrats. I'm sure most just watch the matches and then stop, but thank you for watching my videos, and I hope you learned a little and had some fun, because I certainly did. Alright, well, I'll see you all next week for some more sweet ad nauseum Tendrils action. Thanks for coming.